on to something else that is currently happening. And Narc Kenya leader Martha Karua is set to give the party's report card on the Jubilee administration performance on economy. Karua has criticized government before for poor governance. And joining us on phone from Narc Kenya party headquarters is Francis Mutalaki with the latest. Francis, tell us, what exactly is this news conference all about?
Yes, thank you, Betty. I can confirm that Martha Karua is here and the press conference is ongoing as I speak. And what I've been able to pick from the press conference so far is that Martha Karua has raised two important issues. One is touching on the hate speech, and two about the corruption. And he says that people are looting in the government, and he says that this is coming from both the county level and the national government. And he says that he cites the failure by the Jubilee coalition that is to send CS Anwar Guru packing so that investigations can continue. He says that this is one of the key areas that he says that the NYS project is one of the examples that informs Kenyans that there is corruption at the Ministry of Devolution. And he says that at the county level, there have been issues about the wheelbarrow procurement, and also at the national level, the issues revolving around the El Nino rain. He says that there's so much of the Kenyan revenue that is being looted there. And also, one key point that he also mentioned is about the Eurobond. He says that Kenyans are not being able to be told that how much interest was earned, and trying to break down the figures that have been raised earlier by the CS Rotich. He says that the 173 billion shillings which were earned in June 2014 do not add up. There is a difference of 86.07 billion, which now he questions the CS to come out clearly and clear the air. He also touches some issues about hate speech, and he says that the political bickering that has been going around throughout the weekend. And remember that Kiambu Governor William Kabogo also denied that saying anything about to do with hate speech. He says that the political temperatures need to tone down, and he says that he also forced the national government and the judiciary for all these issues that have been revolving around the issues of hate speech. Betty.
All right. Francis, just before I let you go, you mentioned a few of the issues that Martha Karua has spoken about, and, narrowing down to hate speech, where yesterday, the issue about the judiciary being a bit passive and dropping the ball in the fight against hate speech came about. Did Martha Karua mention anything to do with the judiciary and the role it plays in this whole saga?
Yes, indeed, he did mention something about judiciary. He says that the judiciary, to some extent, it's failing the Kenyans in terms of the prosecution. Just remember that he says that most of the cases, most of the politicians who have been brought at the judiciary desk are sometimes left scot-free, and they're saying that so many cases have gone so free with most of the politicians being said that there's lack of evidence. That is some of the issues. But he also said that the national government is to blame because most of the politicians are said to be in parliament, and that is maybe could be one of the challenges that judiciary is facing.
Mutalaki, something else, obviously about the state of the economy, quite a number of leaders, and especially from the opposition, coming out strongly and criticizing the government, but none is seeming to give any solutions. Did Martha Karua mention anything that can be put in place say solutions of what can be done to improve Kenya's economy right now?
Really, in terms of the economy, he hasn't touched much of it, but what he's questioning in terms of the government and the state of the economy, he says that Kenya, the projects that the Jubilee government has engaged in, I think he's trying to suggest that they're straining Kenyans, and that's why they had to float the Eurobond through the consolidated fund. And now the problem has been in terms of the mathematics, which now, according to Karua, he says that in June 2014, Kenya earned a total of 173.91 billion shillings, and then later in this year, the Kenya earned a total of 73.8 billion shillings, and now bringing a total to 247.7. But now the gap that which is 86.07 billion is now what the Martha Karua is questioning about, and he's telling CS come out clearly and explain to Kenyans where the interest was and why this cap is coming to 86.07 billion shillings.
Right. Thank you very much, Francis Mutalaki. He's joining us by way of phone from the Narc party headquarters, where Martha Karua has just concluded a news conference talking about a range of issues, including hate speech, the state of the economy, and of course corruption.